sweet taste of victory. And that's why I've never spent a single more on any of my snacks. I've won them all, fair and square. That's right.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Thanks for being here. And Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrated it yesterday. We got the 2.4 version live stream coming up here really soon, or at least we should. I've already got it kind of sort of pulled up here, ready to go, but I'm kind of waiting to see what it's gonna do, because I might have to resize it a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how all of this is going to kind of resize itself here on the screen. So we're gonna see what this does and kind of go from there. But let's see who's here already. Zach, how's it going? Yeah, I was already talking to you in the chat there. C3, welcome back. Animus Watcher, welcome. Hector, how's it going? The skins are only the beginning. Yeah, so I do have to say, to those of you who are already here, I did already see part of the patch, which was just the skins, because I had to scroll through it to get the image that I used for the thumbnail. So I didn't actually watch anything. It wasn't on play. And I just like had the, you know, like if you take the YouTube scroll bar at the bottom and you go backwards from it, you just hover over it, it'll show you like a little image of what it is. So yeah, I saw it on there. They look amazing. I can't wait to actually see them properly. Oh God, it's gonna be great. It's been a little while since they've had any good skins, so that's pretty hype. That's good stuff. I'm definitely very ready for that. Okay, so in the meantime, I gotta we're just waiting for this thing to actually get cracking here so that we're no longer waiting on everything. And we're gonna kind of just go from there. And as soon as it actually starts, I will, like I said, I'll refresh it and we'll get into this. T-Rex Lapis, how's it going? Welcome back. Ikasu, welcome. Anyway, so yeah, I do want to say thanks again for all of you or all of you who have, you know, joined the stream right away. And like I said, also, hopefully you guys had a great Christmas if you celebrate it. Mine was pretty good. Pretty relaxing day, actually, yesterday. You know, some of you might have noticed that the 12 days of Teyvat Wintoria had to shut down for a couple of days because I was, you know, busy with Christmas stuff. But that will resume tomorrow morning. Originally, the idea was to have all 12 days of it done, you know, on like the last day would have been on Christmas Day. But I was not able to kind of keep up that production pace with, you know, actual work and all that stuff going on. And then I definitely wasn't going to do anything on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So I wasn't able to get as far ahead as I had hoped. And that's, you know, them's the bricks. That's how it goes. So, yeah, it will resume tomorrow. And then right after that, I'm going to be going into production for the first theory video of my first theory video of 2022, which is going to be a new Traveler theory video, which I'm really excited to get into. Some of you might have seen my announcement that I put up for it yesterday. Basically, several months ago, somebody reached out to me on Twitter. I cannot for the life of me find the post that the person reached out to me with. I've been trying to find it. I cannot find it. So I cannot tell you what their name was because I cannot find the post. They pointed out something to me that I thought was crazy profound, that I had overlooked, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have overlooked in terms of describing why the Traveler lost their power. And it's really, really interesting to me. And the moment I noticed it, I thought it was huge. So I can't wait to share that with everybody. That's going to be really cool. If I can find that person's post, I will credit them for pointing that out to me. And if not, I'll probably just say, like, thanks to the user on Twitter who credited it. Because, like, seriously, thanks to that user on Twitter who found it, because it was a really big find. So that was really cool. And I think it's you know, it's so simple, and like it's right in front of our face every time you see the scene, and I just never really tracked that before, so it's really cool. At Tevon Historia, do you plan on doing voice readings for all of the Genshin in-game books, and would you consider doing it for artifacts and weapon descriptions? I am planning on doing it for all of the books. With the artifacts, I'm not certain that I would make videos for the artifact descriptions or not. So it's, you know, it's a little hard to describe why I wouldn't want to do that, but I feel like the main reason why I wouldn't want to do the artifacts as whole videos is just because frequently they tell very fragmented stories that are usually, they're not, yeah, they're basically, in short, they're very fragmented stories. You don't get the whole picture, and usually they are better left to be explained during, you know, theories and other explorations. So there's that. Get ready for 2.4. This is going to be huge. Yeah, I can't wait. Who is my favorite character lore-wise? My favorite character lore-wise is probably still Zhongli. He's awesome. His past is kind of tragic, but I like what they've done with the character over time. I have a bunch of different characters that I like for different reasons, though. But yeah, probably Zhongli. Am I planning on reading the Honkai manga when I get to that point on stream? I don't know if I'll do it on stream. Maybe if that's something that a lot of people want, maybe I could see doing that. But right now, I'm not super sure about that. This is supposed to be. This should have started. All right, let me refresh this page. See if it just hadn't kicked in. No, I mean it should kick in automatically. So I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully it'll wake up here in a moment and this thing will get going. Oh, there it is. All right, so now that it looks like it's about to try and start, I also need to get the audio balancing set up properly. So if there's any audio balancing issues, guys, please let me know, and I will try my best to rebalance that for you guys. If there's any duplication of the audio, let me know. I'll try to get that eliminated for you guys. Please let me know if anything is not coming through right. That's pretty important too. Let me see if I can get this full screened properly as well beforehand. Now that it looks like we are getting ready to finally start. Alright. This is again assuming that this works the way it's supposed to and isn't, you know, kind of goofy or something, but alright. Well, I think that'll have to do. There we go. Alright, about 30 seconds. Music is always loud, just wait until the trailer starts. Okay. Well, we'll go from there. I should, in theory, be able to... Let me see if I can do something here. I have an idea. I think it'll work. Okay, well, let me do this. Alright, that should help me with that.
The Jade Chamber belongs in the sky amongst the clouds. Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
When I first said...
The Jade Chamber belongs in the sky amongst the clouds.
When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor.
Oh, wow.
Bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world.
So, it's really cool to see these new skins already.
Slow down time. I feel very fortunate to be right here, enjoying the fireworks and enjoying the view of Liyue Harbor.
Nice. Okay, so they're getting right into Yunjin. They're rebuilding the Jade Chamber. That's amazing. like the music on this one. This is great.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming novel, right? It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Nice. I really like her her attack animations.
Perhaps
They have a
the
nice
little
like,
girl
floaty nature to them.
Not as brave as the opera makes her out to be.
Transfiguration! Do your master's bidding!
So, yeah, I think I like the voice that they have for both of them so far. They sound very suiting. Is this on Kanomiya? Maybe?
The fate of this world is already sealed.
God, that voice sounded a lot like an Abyss Herald.
Shall turn to dust.
Oh man. Maybe it's this thing. It is an Abyss Herald. It's a Pyro Abyss Herald. Oh god. That sounds like a weird kind of hell.
How brightly burns the truth. Hear the Inferno's call.
Turn up the volume on that just a little bit.
Is the time for my coming.
You know, it's good to see the Jade Chamber again. It was
I'll take my
so
sweet
short.
time
You
on that.
ooh.
Wait! Joy, wait!
That looked bad. The Traveler didn't look like he liked that very much. Oh god.
If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
Ningguang. Just with the I can always destroy another Jade Chamber. Alright, so we got one of the first codes going up, so make sure to jump on that right away, guys. I went ahead and made sure to log into the game. So that looks really hype, guys. I'm not gonna lie, like the story elements that we have coming into this look amazing. I'm really excited for where they're going with this. It looks like we might this might be Archon questline. It seems very Arc, but it could just be you know, event related, but you know, this could be really interesting. We'll see. Aether fall, don't worry. I will cat? What does that mean, I will cat? I'm confused. You mean just like land on his feet? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's crazy. So somebody said my voice is coming before the stream. I think that's just because of the way this one's set up. For some reason, it's not setting this up in like the order I wanted it to.
各位旅行者晚上好，欢迎大家来到《原神2.4》版本翡彩娟流年的前瞻特别节目。我是《原神》的战斗设计师 Heis。
I'm gonna
今天会由我
watch it
来
on
为大家
my
介绍
other
新版
monitor
本
here
中
so
和
that I can
角色
actually
有关
react
的
to
内
it
容。
better.
在新版本中，我们最先迎来的将是全新的魔神任务肩章风起鹤归。大家应该已经在刚才的视频里看到了群玉阁，而这次的魔神任务讲述的就是关于群玉阁重
So I
建的
have
故事。
no idea what he's saying right
群
now.
玉阁原先作为天前星凝
So
光
I'm
的
sure
住
he's
所，
explaining
整体的
what's
设计
going
宏
on
大，
with
不仅全身富丽
with
堂皇。
Shenhe's
在之前的魔神任务
attacks.
中，为了击败
Let
漩
me
涡
see
魔
if I
神
can
奥
get
塞尔，
the.
凝光毅然决
Might
然
be able to
放
get
弃了
the-
这个对自己意义非凡的建筑。
Let me see if I can
一路
set
而
up
来，
the
相信不少
captions
玩家
here.
都想要见到
Hey,
群
they're in
玉阁
German.
重现辉
That's
煌的
not
样子
helpful.。
当听到凝光
Hang
提
on.
出重建群玉阁的计划时，作为璃月
Okay,
大
there
英
we
雄的
go.
旅行者想必也会挺身而出。不过，重建群玉阁将会是一个巨大的
Cool,
工
the
程。
camera's not-
所幸在
Alright.
本次的故事中，旅行者不是孤身一个人，我们的新朋友
Our
申
new
鹤、
friends
银
Shenhe
井
and
也会
Yu,
各自
Yunjin
发挥
lend
所
their
长，
own
助大家
strengths.
一臂之力。此前大家可能已经
Might
通
recall
过
having
角色
seen
卡
these
初
two
步认
characters
识了
before
这
their
两位新
respective
角色。
character
接下来
cards.
就由我先做一个简单的介绍，带大家了解他们的身世
Let's
和
take
性格
a
特
look
点
at
吧
their。stories and personalities. Okay. Oh, her attacks are great. Like they're
My name
they're
is
so
Shenhe.
fluid.
I was born fated to bear the curse of calamity, so I am prone to bring harm to the people around me. The Adepti urged me to bind my soul with red ropes to keep my homicidal nature at bay.
Homicidal
If you are
nature.
able to walk alongside me without fear, very well. Now, give me your hand.
首先，我们
Homicidal
来看一下
nature.
申鹤。申鹤虽然师从流云借风真君，但却不是贤
Well,
人，
that's
而是和重云一样
interesting.
出生于驱邪世
She
家的
is
凡人。
mortal from a family of
申鹤在小
exorcists.
时
She
候经历
experienced
了
suffering
常人难
beyond
以想象
imagining
的
as a
苦难，
child.
然后在
Jesus.
机缘巧合之
Then
下
due to
被
a
师
series
父
of
收留，
coincidences, she was
从
taken
此
in by her
与
master
世
and
隔
lived a
绝，
life that was
以
cut
甘
off
露
from the
为
rest.
引，以
Dude,
山川
she
为
drank
家。
spring water. Dude,
凭
I
借
can't
绝佳
read
的
this
悟
fast
性，
enough.
申
Thanks
鹤
to
赢
her
得
excellent
了
Shenhe,
出
one
家
of her
仙人的
favor
青睐，
of
受
Adepti,
得
and
了一
learned
身
the
仙家
Adepti
术法。
arts.
由于他常年在
Spent
山林
years
之
in
间
seclusion
隐
among the
修，
mountains.
少有
She
人
had
际
a
交
little
往，久
human
而久之，
contact.
性格就
As
变
time
得
went
更
by,
加
she grew
淡漠，
indifferent and
全
did
然
not
不懂
understand
人
the
情
ways
世
of
故，
the
即使
world.
曾向路人
Even
施
though
以
she
援
has
手，也
helped
只认为
passersby,
是
she
理所
thinks
当然
nothing
之
of it
事，飘
and
然离
quickly
去。而受他
disappears.
帮助的人
The
误以为
people
是
she
仙
helped
人下
mistook
凡，
her for an
开始
adeptus
传
and
言
began
说
to
璃
spread
月又
rumors
多了一
there
位
is a
能
new
力高
powerful
强的
white-haired
白发仙
adeptus
子。
in Liyue.
说到这里，大家可能就好奇了，听上去
Interesting.
如此厉害的一位角色，他又
So
会
it
有
seems
着
like
怎
kind
样
of
的
like the
本
world
事呢？
canon is that like
申
everybody
鹤是一
thinks
个
that
能够在
she's
战
an
斗中
adeptus.
召唤分身并肩作
Okay,
战，并
I
为
can kind
冰
of get
元
down
素
with
的
that.
队友
That's
创造输
interesting.
出环境的
This
突
whole
出型角
idea
色。
that she
元
has
素战绩、
a
养灵卫照、降异
homicidal
咒、点暗
nature
和
is
长按时，会以不同的方式造成冰
complicated.
元素伤害。以任意一
So
种
I
方
don't
式释放元素
really
战绩
know
时，
what to
申
take
鹤都
away
会为
on
附近队伍
that.
中的角色附加冰灵效果。
That
附加了
certainly
该效果的角
is
色使用普通攻击、重击、下落攻击、元素战绩和
interesting
元素
to
爆发
say the
造成冰元
least.
素
We're
伤
we're
害
gonna
时，
have to kind
将
of
基于
wait
申
and
鹤当前
see
的攻击力提
a
高
little
造
bit
成
more
的伤害。
information about
会有天
you know
赋
what they're
复
gonna
灵
give
通
us
真
for
反
that.
应，
But
会在申鹤释放
I
养灵
certainly
卫照降异咒时，根
I'm
据技能的释放方
certainly
式
you know
获
peaked
得
a
不
little
同
bit
的
as
效果。
to what
点
exactly
暗时，
that
附
could
近队伍中
mean
角
for
色
the
的元素战
character
绩
and
和元
and
素
what
爆发造
exactly
成
they
的伤
have
害
planned
将会
for
提
her.
高。长按时
That's
提升的则是角色的普通攻
That's
击、
a
重
statement
击
you don't just
和下
throw
落攻
around
击造成
without
的伤害。
you know some kind of
当申
intent,
鹤释
right?
放
Like
元素爆发神女潜灵真诀时，
homicidal
分身陆灵
nature
将在场上持续造成冰元素伤害，
So
同时
we'll
会
have
使
to
领域内敌人
kind of
的
just
冰
hang
元
in
素
there
抗
and see
性
what they
与
do
物
with
理抗
that.
性降
But
低。 解锁申鹤的另一
she
项固有
she
天
she
赋
fights a
大
nature
动
to
尼罗
maybe
尊法
want to
后，
kill
领
things
域
or
内的
people
当前
or
场上角色
I
还
don't know.
将
Maybe
获
she
得
just
冰
really
元
doesn't
素
like
伤害
people
加成
like。humans.
在日常
I don't
冒
know.
险时，申鹤的生活天赋来复之时，可以使他在
Yeah,
里
the
约地区
subtitles were
执行
slightly off
时
the
长
screen
为
for a
20
second
小
while I
时
was
的
making
探
some
索派遣
adjustments,
任
but
务
they should be
时
back now.
增加获得的奖励。作为坊间传说，申鹤的经历流传
Also
到了
trying
里
to
约
get
港
one of these，
被
other
演绎
things
成
off
了
the
戏
screen
台
there,
上
so you can
为人
actually
所
see
津
this
津乐道
properly.
的戏曲。而在戏台上表演的正是
Trying
我
to
们接下
improve
来要
the
介绍的新
clarity.
角色，里约最有名的戏班云汉社的当家主事云锦。
Okay, so we're back to Yunjin. Her animations are really cool too. I like the secondary motion for like her hair and her hat and everything that was behind her. It looks really cool. So we're getting a lot of Geo characters lately, which, you know, was kind of overdue, right? Like that we did need some new Geo characters. It had been a hot minute since we had any good Geo characters come out.
云婵卷来，花婵卷，风流尽在山水间。
Interesting.
As the saying goes, you never truly know someone until you meet them in person. And at long last, I finally have the great honor of meeting you today.
Interesting.
My name is Yunjin, and I am humbled to be the director of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. We have been performing at miHoYo Tea House as of late, and we'd be honored to have you attend a performance sometime.
在商业繁荣、文娱活动十分兴盛的里约港，前往和玉茶馆听云锦唱上一段戏曲，算得上市民生活中的一大乐趣。云锦通晓里约戏文化中的各种讲究和门道，既会演戏，也会写戏。戏台上的他轻盈灵动，写作时的他笔下生花，是一位才气十足的戏曲艺术家。那么，这样一位戏曲名角在进行战斗时，又会有着怎样的表现呢？ 作为一名岩元素的辅助型角色
Hang on，
云锦对于以普通攻击伤害为主要输出方式的队友来说
There we go，
会是一位可靠的后
There
盾。
we go。
它的元素战绩称为玄云开相，在长按时会摆出
When
玄
held, she
云
will
开
take
相
up
之架
an
势
opening
进
floor
行蓄力。
stance and
松
begin
开技能按键时，
charging.
云锦
When
会
skill
挥
button
舞
is
长
released,
枪，
Yunjin
释
will
放激
swing
荡
her
的力
polearm
量
and
进行
unleash
攻
the
击。
charged energy
在
as
技
an
能
attack.
的蓄
While
力
charging
和
and
释放过
casting
程
the
中，
skill, Yunjin
云
will
锦
also
还会
deploy a
为
shield
自
for
身
herself.
开护盾。依据蓄力的
Based on
时
the time
间，
spent
释放时
charging,
的
it
状
will
态
either
将
unleash
分为
an
一段蓄力与
attack
二
at
段
charge
蓄
level
力。
1 or level
解锁天
2.
赋误手
After
本真，
unlocking the
若
talent
云
true
锦
to
在
self,
被攻击
if
的瞬间
Yunjin
释
is
放元
attacked
素
at a
战绩，
precise moment
则
she
会
casts
直
her
接
elemental
以
skill, she
二
will
段蓄力的
directly
形
unleash
式
its
释
level
放。
2 charged
如
form.
果能掌握好释
If
放技能
you
的时机，
can
就可以
time your
更加
skills
有效
well,
的
you will
打
be
击敌
more
人。
effective against your
云锦
enemies.
的元素
Interesting.
爆发
Maybe it's
扩
a
张
mechanic
剑精
similar
仪
to
可以
how
造成岩元素范围伤害，并为附
kinda
近队
similar
伍
to
中所有
how
角色赋予
Veda
特殊
works.
效果。飞云奇阵
Provides all nearby
处于
enemies
飞云
a
奇阵
buff.
效果
Looks
下的
like
角色，对
characters
敌
with
人
flying
造成
cloud
普
formation
通
will
攻
do
击
normal
伤害
attack
时，
damage to
会
enemies.
基于云锦
They will
当
deal
前的
bonus
防御
damage
力
based
提
on
高造
Yunjin's
成的伤
current
害。
defense. So she's
在
another
戏曲中追求不同文化
husk
碰撞
set
的云锦，
character.
在战
Yunjin
斗时
also
能
aspires,
够
I
从
missed
类
it,
型
can benefit
更为
greatly
多元
from
的队伍中
elementally
获得收
diverse
益。
party.
解锁天赋莫从
When
横
the
西。
talent breaking
当队
conventions
伍
is
中存
unlocked,
在
the
越
party
多元
contains
素类
characters
型
of
的
different
角色
elemental
时，
types.
飞云奇阵提升的普
The
通
normal
攻击
attack
伤害
bonus
值
provided by
也
flying
会
cloud
进一步
formation
追
can
加
be。further
身为
increased.
戏曲表演
Nice.
艺术家，
As an opera
云锦不
performer,
得不
Yunjin
为了
must
保持
eat
体型而
healthy
进
to
食
maintain
养
her
性，所
figure.
以在他完美烹
So
饪冒
when
险类食
Yunjin
物时，还有一定的概率
achieves perfect
获
cooking
得
on
2倍
dishes
产
with
出。
adventure-related effects, I missed it.
作为角色的设
As
计
a
团
character
队，从
design
不同
team,
的
we
文化
drew
中汲
inspiration
取灵
from
感，
different
提炼后
cultures.
用游戏的
Then
语言
refined
进
our
行
ideas
表
to
达，
express
是我们
them
一直以来
properly,
呈
and that's
现
what
角
we
色
always
设
set
计
up
的
to
原则。
achieve with our character
这次
design.
在2位新角色
This
的
time,
创
in
作
the
过程
process
中
of，creating
开
two
发
new
组
characters, the
同样也
development team
融入
also
了许
included
多的细
a
节
lot，of
比如
meticulous
在
details.
深
For
刻的动
example,
作和
the
特
design
效
of
设计
Shenhe's
中，美
movement
术
and
同学
special
拿到
effects.
设定
Once the
后，就
designers
先确定
got
了2个
the
关键
setting,
词，
they first
一个
identified two
是仙
keywords:
气，
Adeptus
另一
like
个
aura
则
and
是驱
exorcism.
邪。仙气是由
Adeptus
角
like
色
aura
的
is
气质
derived
出
from the
发，
character's
其表现
temperament.
方式参
The
考了
particular
中国武
expression
侠文
refers
化
to the
中的
concept
轻
of
功这一概
agility
念。
in Chinese
在深刻的普通
culture.
攻击
The
与
movement
元
in
素战
Shenhe's
绩的动
normal
作中
attacks
都会
and
有所
elemental
体
skill
现。
embodies this
另一个
concept.
设计要点驱邪是
Another
与
key
深刻
design
的
word
身世背景
exorcism
相呼应的。
reflects
驱邪
Shenhe's
作为一种
background.
作
The
战方
concept
式，
of
通过分
exorcism
身和
is
符箓
reflected
这
in
2
two
个概念
concepts:
来
mirror
进行
images
传
and
达。
sigils.
相较于深刻的本体，
When
大家
compared
可能
to
会发现
original
术
body,
法
you
召
will
唤出的
see
鹿灵
that
的
the
气质
summoned
会
talisman
更加的
spirit's
善战。
temperament will make it
另外，符
better.
箓这个元
Also,
素
the
在深
sigils
刻的待
element
机
will
动
be
画中也会
well
有充分
represented
的
in
表
her
现。
idol animation.
在云锦
Okay.
的设计中，
Ryujin's
对戏曲
design,
文化
respecting
的
and
敬畏
promoting the
和发
culture of
扬
Chinese
始终
opera
是我
was
们
our
的出
focal
发点。
point.
由于云锦的配音涉
Because
及
some of
到
her
戏
voice
曲内
lines
容，项
involve
目组
singing
首
opera,
次
the
尝试了
project
由
team
配音演员
selected
贺文潇老
voice
师和专业的
actress.
戏曲表演家杨洋老师
I'm not going to try to say
两
her
人
name.
分
I'll
别
mess it
演
up.
绎角
The
色的
two
台词
voice
和唱
voice
段，
the
尽可
character's
能将
dialogue
戏曲的魅
to
力传
convey
递
the
给
charm
玩家。
of the opera to players.
同时，在云锦的
Same
动画
time
设
for
计
the
中，我
design
们还
of
融合
Yunjin,
了戏
we
曲特技
combined
动
the
作与
unique
传
movements
统
from
武术的
Chinese
特
opera
点，
with the
做了一段
characteristics
五
of
花腔的
to
演
create
出。
super floors
以
perform.
戏曲元素
Yeah, I mean, her
为基
animations
础，
seem really
理解
cool, right?
并吸
Like,
收
those
新
are
的
really,
文化
really,
要
really
素，将
interesting.
传统的内容
Like
以
very
创新的形式
complex
演绎，
idol
去唤起
animations.
观 观众对传统
with
文化的热
the
情
hope of
这既是
encouraging.
云
God,
锦
I
的
can't
心
keep
愿，
up with
也
this.
同样是我们作为游戏内容创作者的一
Game
份期待。
developers.
同时，我们也将云
Same
锦
time,
这
we
个角色
also
更多的
make
设
a
计
short
故事
film
制
documenting
作
the
成了
stories
短
about
片，
Yunjin's
短片
design.
将会在1
Interesting.
月
Okay,
中
so
旬
kind of
和
like
大家
maybe
见
the
面，
one they made for
感
Insta,
兴趣的
huh?
玩家
That'd be
请不
really
要
cool.
错过。接下来还是
Yeah,
让
they'll
我
have
们
me
把
in for
目光
watching
转
that for
向
sure.
备受大家关注的新版
Turn our
本活
attention
动
to the
起
new
源版。
version's event
在之前
wishes.
2.3 版
After
本开
previously
放多
introducing
个角
multiple
色活
character
动起
event
源
wishes
后，
in
我
version
们也感
2.3,
受到了
we
旅
really
行者
felt the
对于角
enthusiasm
色复
everybody
刻
had
的
for
热
the
情。
reruns of these
在本
characters
次
for
2.4
version
版本中，我们也
2.4.
会结
We
合
decided
版
to
本
bring
内容
back some
来推
characters
进一批
reruns
角
based
色的
on
复
the
刻。
version
本
content.
次2.4 版本第
For
一
the
期的
first
起
event
源中，
wish in
游戏
2.4,
内
the game
将
will
同时开放
simultaneously
角色活
feature
动起源、
character
出
event
城入
wish,
室
Transcendent 1
与角色
returns.
活动起
So we're
源
gonna
2
get
烟火
Shenhe
之妖
and Yunjin
新角
at
色
the
申
same
鹤、
time, it
云
looks
锦
like,
以及我们的
and
降
then
魔大
Zhao
圣
as
萧
the
都将迎来
rerun.
概率 up。
That's kind of awesome.
而在第
So
2
is
期
this
的起
the
源
in
中，
the second
角色
phase
活
of
动
the
起
event
源
wishes?
零手
Okay.
世
Oh,
潮
they're rerunning
与
Zhongli.
角色活动起源2
Nice. So
浮
that's
生
gonna
如
be
来
big
将
for a
会
lot of
开
people
启。
who never got him in the
钟离和
past.
甘于2位老朋
Is
友
he?
也会分别出
I
现
hate
在
to
活
use
动
words
起源
like
中。
invalidation, but
那么
Zhongli
新角色的
invalidates
介
a lot
绍
of
到这里
content.
也
So
要
if
告
you're
一段落
somebody
了。
who
在角色
struggled
剧
with
情方面，2.4 版
certain
本更新
content,
后，
Zhongli
宁光的邀约
really
事件
helps.、
玉阁龟克志、
Oh, nice. We're getting to
与
hang
宁
out
静
with.
的邀约事件玄歌之雅意
We're
将会
getting a
开放。
hangout for
希望
Ningguang,
在
which is
新的
awesome,
故
but
事里，
also one
旅行者
immediately
们
for
可以和
Yunjin.
他
So
们
that's
共度
really
一段
cool
美
too.
好的时
I do
光。
like that they, whenever they're releasing new
此外，
4-star
全
characters,
新
they
的
seem
五
to
星长柄
immediately
武
be
器
diving
西
into
哉
hangouts
将
so we
会
get to
出
know
现
them a
在
little
新
better.
版
So
本
that's
的
cool.
神柱复形活动启动中。
We
感
appear.
兴趣的旅
Okay,
行
so
者
this
可以
is
从官方后
obviously
续发布的公
Shenhe's
告中了
new
解到这
weapon.
把武
That's
器
really
的
cool.
详细属
Looking
性
forward
和
to
效果。
this. I'm gonna
除
be
了
honest,
与
guys.
新
I'm
朋友的
probably
邂
gonna roll
逅，一年
for.
一
Well,
度
I'm
的海
definitely
灯
gonna roll
节
for all the
也
new
是我们
characters.
新版
I'm
本的
not.
重要
I
内
don't
容。
like passing on any
这一
new
年的海灯
characters,
节
but
又有
I
哪
will
些值
probably
得
get her
关注
weapon
的点
too.
呢？稍后片刻，一段短片之后，我的同事
Okay,
将会给大家带来
we'll
更多
bring you more
精彩的内
exciting
容，
content.
还请大家持续关注我们的
Alright,
节
so
目
let's。see what we got going here. Hype, major hype. It seems like we're gonna be. It looks like we're getting Shenhe and Yunjin in the first one instead of the second one, so that's pretty cool. Oh, is this the blocks with everybody's message things that they were talking about, where everybody had their messages engraved in the Paimon? That's pretty cool. I actually completely forgot that this was a thing. Otherwise, I probably would have submitted something for it. But only 50,000 people who submitted for it were even chosen. So obviously, not everybody got their name inscribed on it. But I would have put something in it for sure if I had been tracking it. But I completely forgot about it. Nice, she's actually like outside of their offices. So that's pretty cool. I didn't expect it when they said that it would be, blocks. I don't know that I was anticipating it being Lego blocks. So that's kind of surprising, but that's cool. Like, I wonder how long it took them to actually design a Paimon-shaped Lego figure. That probably took a while. All right, what do we got?
各位旅行者，大家好，我是原神项目组的系统设计
Genshin
师
Impact
Helen。
system designer.
不知不觉又到了璃月港
Before I
盛
knew
夏
it,
张灯结
time
彩
of
的
year
日
when
子，
Liyue Harbor is
璃月人
glitter
都
up.
在
I
为
keep
迎接
getting
海
it.
灯
The
节
people
而
of
忙
Liyue are
碌着。
busy getting ready for
而
Lantern
项目
Rite.
组也
Likewise,
同
the
样在
project
努
team is
力
also
去
hard
筹
at
备
work
一
to
个
make
更有
this
趣
year's
的海
Lantern
灯
Rite
节活
event
动，
more exciting
带
than
给大
ever.
家更新鲜的体
Bringing
验。
new
话不多
fresh
说，让我
content.
们一
Without
起来
further ado,
看
let's
看
look at the
全新的
content
活
of
动
these
内
new
容吧。
events. By the way, guys, who
过
anybody
节
who
期间，
started playing
燃
after
放
the
烟花
last
是璃月
Lantern
人
Rite,
不可或缺
if
的
you're
娱
into
乐活
like
动。
screenshotting or
在
just
第一
like
项活动
recording
玩
nice
法
video,
恋与
like
青花中，
Liyue during the
旅行
Lantern
者
Rite
们就将
festival
亲
is
自体验制作烟
beautiful.
花。活动中，旅行者
In
会
the
获
event,
得
you
一
will
个小
obtain
道
a
具烟
gadget
花
called
筒。
a launch
当旅行
tube.
者将烟花筒放置
When you
后，
place
选
the
择熔
launch
炼
tube,
烟花，
select
即
smelt
可开
firework to
始
begin
烟花的制
creating
作。
fireworks.
烟花的制作也有
There are
不
also
同的条
different
目，
parameters for the
旅行者们
production.
需要合
You
理
must
利用
make
不
use
同
of
的熔
smelting
炼技
techniques
巧
to。adjust the quality
调
of
节
each
条目的成
parameter.
色，
Interesting. Seems a little
成色越接近最佳
complicated,
区
but
间，
maybe
制
it's
作出的
simpler
烟花获
in
得的成色
implementation.
评
Higher
分就
quality
越
rating
高
of，the fireworks
奖励
produced
也会
will
更加
also
丰
get
富。
more rewards.
第二项活动玩法灯
The
中
second
妙语，
event,
也
Wondrous
是海灯节
Shadows.
期间非常经典的
Very
游
classic
戏
game
——开
played
灯
during
谜。
Lantern Rite
通
Lantern
过转动
riddles.
藏影灯的
Oh,
基建，
okay. So
将它
you're
们的
like
灯
making
影
like a
组合成
shadow,
完整的图形，便可解开相
merging
应
the
的灯谜。
shadows to form a
挑
complete
战中也
image.
会有解谜进度的
So
提
be
示。
indications of progress for
灯
the
谜
puzzle.
形
That's
状
kind of
越
an
接近谜底
interesting
时，
idea. The
解谜
closer
进
the
度
shadow
将不
is
断
to
提
the
升。
solution, the more
在另
progress
一
will
项
be
活
made.
动
Yeah,
玩
that's
法
really neat,
神秘凝
actually.
聚中，
You can kind of
旅行
see
者
like
们需
only
要
at
通
certain
过3
angles
种
that
途
will
径
actually come
回
up the
收
right
其余一
shape.
个沉没时散落
You
的
have 3
物
ways
资。
to recover materials that
首
were
先，
scattered.
大家可以
Firstly, you
通
can
过开
salvage
灯
them
浪
directly
船
at
在海
sea
面上直
aboard
接
the
进行
Wave
打捞。
Rider.
第二种途径
I
则
like that
是
they're
前
still
往盗
making
宝
more
团
use
营
of the
地
Wave
击
Rider.
败这些贼人。
Secondly,
追回已经
come
被
ashore,
盗走的
recover the
物资。
materials that have been taken
由于
away.
营地中的盗宝
Due
团
to the
精锐
enhanced
具备
status
特
of the
殊
elite
强化
treasure
状态，
hoarders in the
打
camp,
起来会有
they
些
may
棘手。
prove a little
这
challenging
时候
to
大家就
face.
需要留意
At
在
this
营
point, you
地
should
中
be
存在
aware
的
of
破鞋
the
报纸。
quelling
拾
firecrackers
取
in
之
the
后，可
camp.
以将它投掷
If
给
you
正
pick one
前
up,
方
you
也
can throw it
更
at a
大
member
胆
of
的
the
盗宝
treasure
团
hoarders
成员，
within a certain range
不
in
论
front
会
of
造
you.
成伤害，
In addition to
还
dealing
能破
damage,
除
it
盗
can
宝团
break
精
the
锐的强
enhanced
化状
status
态，
of the elite
从而
treasure
更加轻
hoarders,
松地完
so
成
you
任务。
can complete the quest more
第三种
easily.
途径是拦
Thirdly, you
截
can
盗宝
intercept
团
the
能在海
transport
上转
balloons used by the treasure holders to move supplies across the sea. You need to destroy the transparent balloon before it reaches its destination in order to obtain a higher score and get more rewards. So we're okay. So it's a balloon destruction event, but it looks like you're gonna have to defeat enemies and get all the little dots on the way around. Interesting. Must face a new giant boss. Man, this kind of looks like Osiel, or however you say his name. Looks like another powerful opponent. It's like a more detailed version. Defeat this giant and complete the challenge. Take a look at the rewards available during the lantern ride. I love the location, but what I'm thinking is he's probably he could be the serpent, like it's like a serpent drake or something like for Ankanomiya, which I actually covered in one of the books that I read recently, which is the video I called Why Orobashi. Whoa, okay,
此外，
that's
我们
really
此次还为
cool.
您光和课
So
程设
also
计了
the
2套
costumes
新
are
衣
really
装
cool. But did you guys happen to
达成
notice
在
that
地
you're gonna be
收
able to
集目标
select a
即
4-star
可免费
character of
获
your
取
choice
顶
during
峰
the
的
lantern
全
rite,
新衣装
and one of
沙
those
中慵懒
is Yunjin
而课
already.
程的新衣
So
装
you're
名字
guaranteed a
天飞
Yunjin.
也将在
That's
版本更
amazing.
新后
Good,
迎来限时
good
优惠活
call.
动。
These
与
costumes are
海东节
beautiful.
同步
That's
开启的
amazing,
签到
by the
活
way.
动，富贵
Looks
当人
like
将会为旅行
participate
者
in
们提
Lantern
供包
Rite
含
and
10
obtain
枚
it for
各
free.
同
So
学在内
Ningguang's
的丰富
costume
奖
is
励。
free.
在海东
So
节即
they're
将
kind
结
of
束
keeping
之
with
际，
the
我们还将再
they're
次为
keeping
旅
with
行者
the
们
having
陆
the
续
4-star
献上礼品，
characters
以感谢所有
costumes
玩
for
家对
free.
海
That's
东节
awesome.
队
And
员
then
受
you'll
到
have
支
to
持。
buy Kuchings if you
礼
want it.
品
I
将
will
通过
definitely
邮
be
寄
doing
类邮
that.
件的形式进行发放。
Yo, like this is
那么
seriously
希
hype.
望
Like
大
this
家
is
能
some
够好
great
好的
decisions.
享受这次海东
Yunjin
节。
for free
当
right
然，
away.
海东节之外，
Like
新版本
you're
还有
not
更
gonna
多
have
有趣的
to
活动。
subject
挑
yourself
战
to
活
the
动魔
banner
药
if
游
that's
戏
a
就
character
是
you
其
want.
中
You'll
之一。
just be able to get
活
her
动
for
中，
free.
玩家
I
将携带
kinda
魔药
didn't
进行
expect
试
that.
验。
Last year,
不同的
they
魔
did
药
have
可以
a
提
free
供不同的
4-star
战斗
character
效果。
selection during the
一次
Lantern
试
Rite
验
Festival.
中，
So
总
for
共
them
存
to
在4个
rerun
阶
it is
层的
not
战斗挑战。
surprising, but having
与
them
以往
have
挑
the
战活
banner
动不同
character
的
on
是，
it
大家
already
可以自由
is
选择
really
挑战阶
surprising
层的
to
顺
me. I
序。
did not
不
expect
过
that.
随着
That's
每一
a
个阶层的
super
完成，
integrity move from
其余阶
miHoYo.
层的
That's
难度会
I
逐
love
步
it.
提升。
That's awesome.
同时，本次活动还有特殊的 CP 机
So
制，
okay, so we've got
每
a
完成一
new
个阶层的
event.
挑
I
战并
got
保存
so
记录后，
sidetracked by
当
costumes
前
and
阶
new
层
character
出战的
releases
角色
and
会
just
进入休
good
息备
decisions
战
that I'm
状
not
态。
really tracking what's
完成
going
了
on
下一
with
阶层的
this.
挑战后，角色方可再次出战。出战队伍所配
Okay,
备的
so
魔
potions
药
equipped by
在使
active
用后
team
将
will
会被
be
锁
locked
定，
after
无
use
法在当前
and
试用
cannot
中
be
再
used
次使
again
用。
in the current
为了
trial.
让更多的玩家朋友能够体验
Interesting.
本次活动，
So
我们也提供了不同
I'm
的
not
试用
sure
角色，帮助大家组队。
what is
每个阶层
exactly
的挑
happening
战
here.
中，
So it's some
大
kind
家
of
需要在限定
trial
时
or
间内击
something.
败所有敌人。
Maybe
系统会根据
the
完
system
成
will
挑战的胜
reward
利
a
时
score
间
based on
进
the
行
remaining
评分，
time after the challenge
从而
is
给予玩
is
家不
complete
同
and
的
gives the
试验
player
印章。解锁
different
这样
trial
的奖
medals
励
to unlock the
在魔药
corresponding
研习中，
rewards in a
如
study
何
of
选择
potions.
角
The
色
characters
组
you
队，
choose,
如何调整挑战
the
顺
order
序，
in which you
如
do the
何配置
challenge
不
is
同效果的
interesting,
魔药
and
来
how
组
you
织队
configure
伍，这点
potions
十
with
分
different
重要。
effects to support the party
我
will
们
be
也希望这个
crucial.
活动能够给
Also,
大家
hope
带
this
来更
event
具
will
策
give you
略
more
性的闯关
strategically
体验。
engaging experience.
新版本除
Interesting.
了紧张刺激的挑
In
战活
addition
动，
to this
自然
intense
也会有一
challenge,
些相对轻
will
松的
be
玩法。
relatively
活
relaxing
动山海
gameplay.
八所
The
巡
new
礼，这
event,
是一
8
个较为休闲的打
locales
卡
over
旅
the
行活
mountain
动。
and seas is more
大家还
leisurely.
记得曾经在
Do
道
you
具的
still
镇
remember
守
when
之
we
分
played
与我
with a
们
few
一
little
起
friends
游
in
玩的小朋友
Inazuma's
们？是500
Chinju
藏之
forest
托。
at
本次活动，旅行者
Yoi's
将会带上
request?
小妖灵
You
和
are
法师
tasked
走
with
出
leading
森
a
林，
little
到更
Bake
广阔的天
Tanuki
地里
to
进行
train
修
in
行。
the vast outside world.
蒙德、
Mondstadt
明月
and Liyue
都
are
是身处
both
道区的
places
妖灵从未
Inazuma
踏足
Bake
的地方。
Tanuki have
不一样
never
的
set
风
foot
景
in.
应该能让
Change
吉法
scenery
师大
should
展见识
broaden
吧。
his
带
horizon.
着吉
So
法师
just
一起
taking
旅
pictures
行，
with him, that's
除了
kind of
能够带
hilarious
他
and
见识到各地的风
awesome.
土人情，
Um,
也能够收获
and
原
also
石当
obtain
奖
primo
励物
gems
资
and。other rewards.
当然，最重要的
Everybody's
还是
obviously
收
gonna
获
like
与小
that.
伙伴一同旅游时的快
Of
乐。
course, the most important thing
不要
is
忘了多
Joy
给他
don't
拍点照
forget
片
to
哦。
take lots of pictures.
此外，不少玩家朋友十分喜欢
Also,
的风
players
行
who
迷踪
enjoyed
活
the
动
Wind
也
Trace
将迎
event
来
will be pleased to
DLC，
know it's coming back.
又可以和大家
Yes,
一起躲猫
I
猫啦。
loved the Wind Trace
与
event.
上
I
次
thought
相
that
比，
one was
我们
awesome.
在
So
此次
that's
活动中也增
amazing.
加了一些新地
Compared
图
to。last time, we added
记得
more
邀请
maps.
大家一
Remember
起
to
来
invite
玩。
everyone to play. Oh, I will
一口
definitely be
气讲
doing
了
this
这么
on
多内
several
容，我
streams.
们 们也稍事休息一下。
Having said
接下
so
来
much
就
in
到
one
了放出
go,
第二
next
组兑
it's
换
time to
码的
release
时
the
间了。
second set of
稍
redemption
后
codes.
全
All right,
新地
let's
区
get the
烟
new
夏
code
宫的
going.
介绍，还请大家不要错过哦。
Introduce the new region of Ankonomia. Nice. All right. Oh, this art is awesome. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. I gotta find the high-res versions of these. These are really nice. Like that's so far both of the arts that they've put up on this were really, really nice. These were really cool. Like this is like the kind of stuff that like I like to have around for thumbnail stuff, especially where, you know, like character origin videos and stuff like that are concerned. Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, that's beautiful. Let's see what we got here. It's even more surprising when you realize something. Lantern Rite is gonna be the second half. Yeah. Zhongli, Albedo, Goro, Comp. Yeah. So Yunjin wouldn't even be able to be pulled at the same time. Yeah. So I mean that's true. It would be, well, yeah. So 4-star characters do go into the normal banners immediately following, so you'd still be able to pull her, just not intentionally. Okay, so that must be the sun that was constructed that they talked about in the book. Again, the video that I made
旅
recently.
行者们好，
That's
我是
wow,
原神的场景原画
beautiful.
Jeff。
And Genshin Impact's
我
environment
想跟
concept.
大
I
家
have
分享一
some
个好
good
消
news to
息，
share with everybody.
在 2.4
In
版
version
本中，
2.4,
全新的世界区
an all-new world region
天下宫
Ankonomia will
即将
open
开放。
soon. We can't wait for you to come and explore it. Ankanomiya is located in the abyss below Watatsumi Island, and is a mysterious local bathed in light. Due to a devastating change in the past, the entire island of Ankanomiya sunk into the deep abyss below Inazuma. It was here that Ankanomiya's denizens had long struggled against darkness. They refused to give up hope and built their own civilization underwater. Guided by the serpent god, they illuminated the murky depths with the light. Right, thanks to its unique geography, the land of Ankanomiya is one of a kind. Deep in the abyss, they are isolated from the rest of the world. Thus, their color palette and ecology are very different from the surface. Here, there is no natural light from the outside world, and there is no alternating cycle day and night. The vegetation and soil are pale. Everything seems mysterious and profound. We try to explore the theme of light and darkness from all angles to interpret this ancient kingdom for our players. It's beautiful. I really like how much thought they put into the concepts. We wanted to make Ankanomiya evoke a general feeling of solitary exploration. After attempting, we finally decided on this empty space from the grotto. For this reason, we decided to use spatial contrast to design the level structure. When players first enter Ankanomiya, they will arrive in a relatively dark, enclosed space. However, once you open the gate of Ankanomiya, a vast, sprawling world will open up before you. It's really cool. I love the star that they made in it. We wanted to use this contrast to evoke players' emotions. At the same time, the new mechanic applicable to the entire area has been added to gameplay. The change between day and night in Ankanomiya can be made automatically via the tower. This mechanic has also influenced puzzle and quest design throughout the region, so you can trigger it. That's pretty cool. So the basic concept is to use the day-night mechanism. You will have to use this mechanism to solve these contrasts. Interesting. In contrast to the other islands in Inazuma, Ankanomiya is a huge floating island located beneath the ocean. It's also the birthplace of an ancient civilization. Therefore, when designing the landscape of Ankanomiya, we wanted to encapsulate both a mysterious visual expression of the depths of the sea and the feeling of desolation of ruins. To this end, we have designed some particularly representative huge cultural ruins and deep-sea vegetation with more fantastical forms than the ones in Watatsumi. Together, we contribute to the unique style of Ankanomiya. The first thing that players see when entering Ankanomiya is the strong halo of light shining from... I couldn't read that quick enough. Okay, highly symbolic energy light source sets off the mood for a stage-like experience. With this, we wanted to give the players a sense of dark contrast between light and dark. It's really striking. You know, like just that shot, that wide shot that was showing of the artificial star in Ankanomiya, it reminded me a lot of like the login screen for some reason, where you're flying over Celestia to the door. It reminded me a lot of that. Colder hues of the setting highlight the desolation of Ankanomiya. When going to the night state, the landscapes and buildings blend into the background. Wow. Underwater plants of different shapes and sizes grow as if they were alive. What gave me the biggest impression was a giant colony of fluorescent corals. They're scattered across the mountains like a roll of parchment at the bottom of the sea. The large river Styx runs through the landscape, making you feel like you're in an entirely different world. When you enter Ankanomiya, you will encounter an introductory quest that we made. So we can definitely tell why they added Ankanomiya last. Because of all the Inazuman islands, it seems like this one is the most complicated. To complete the exploration process, it's entirely up to you. Therefore, while designing the world quest, we adopted a fragmented approach. You will be able to converse with after images to learn about the history of Ankanomiya from different points of view. The new region of Ankanomiya is also home to an ancient species. It's a new fish habitat. These creatures live in groups in the pitch-dark waters, have adapted to the darkness as formidable predators. They're a lot more streamlined. Bishops are extremely dangerous when their special attack hits their targets. I mean, regular bishops are already kind of dangerous. absorbs
目
energy
标的
from
能
the
量越
target.
低，
Less
则受到的
energy
伤
the
害越
target
高。
has, the more damage it will take.
受渊下
Whoa.
弓独特的环
Okay,
境影响，
interesting.
有一些特殊的
Some of
龙
these
息
fish
个
apps
体
have
进化的十
become
分凶
extremely
险强
cunning
大，
and
它们会
ferocious.
作为区域 BOSS 出
They
现，
appear as bosses in the
擅
area
长
and fight
协同作
particularly
战，
well in
还会
groups.
相互配合，
I love
一
their
起释放
designs. They
更为
look
强大
great.
的攻击。
They could also work
同时，他
together.
们还会利
At
用
the
周
same
围
time,
的
they
环
can
境
make
进行
use of
战
their
斗。
surroundings in
当然
combat.
大家也可以
Of
利用
course, you
这
can
一
also
点
use
进行
the
反制哦
environment。to launch a
这次在
counterattack.
渊下弓，
While exploring
旅
Arcana
行
Media,
者
you will
们
encounter
会碰
abyss
到
heroes
深
and
渊使
abyss
徒和
lectors.
深渊勇者，其中还有极具
Among
威胁
them
的
is
新
an
勇者
incredibly
出场。
deadly abyss
他
lector
善于操纵
who
火
is
元
adept
素，
with the pyro
如
element.
果被
He
他的
looks
深渊地火
awesome.
击中，就会
If
受到
you
无数
are
护
hit
盾
by
的
a
原始
abyssal
保
pyro
障。
attack, it will deal
旅
delayed
行者
bursts
们
of
可要
pyro
小
damage.
心了哟！
Um,
一旦火深渊勇者进
Caution,
入二
pyro
阶
abyss
段，
lector
就
reaches
会
phase
召
2, it
唤
will
火焰
summon
核心，
flame
借
core
助核
in
心
before
释
this
放
guy's
更
in
为
the
强大
spiral
的
abyss.
技能。当然，
Which
对于身
for
经
the
百战的
seasoned
旅行者而
traveler,
言，只要在战斗
the
中找到合
this
适的对策，
lector
就
will be
能
defeated
迅速的
swiftly
击
with
败
the
它。
right combat
好
strategy,
了，
right? Well, I
新
mean,
天地就在眼前，
so that's a
希
good
望所有的
indication
旅
that
行
like
者
if we're
都
used
可
to
以在
fighting
这
abyss
次新
lectors,
奇的
which
冒险
anybody who
中
does the
收
spiral
获更
abyss
多探索
regularly,
的乐趣。
you know what the deal is. Come at, knock him down with whatever the
欢迎大家
right
再
correct
次回
element
到
is
原
at
神
start.
2.4
Then when he
版
goes
本
into a
前瞻
shield
特别
phase,
节目的
bash
现
him
场，
with elemental attacks,
向大家展示了全新的
and
地区
usually
之
you'll
后
win the day pretty
我
quick.
们还有不少新版本的系统
We
优
also
化
have
情
some
报
new
想
system
跟大家分享。
optimizations from the new version.
12.4 版本
In
中，
version
项目组的系
2.4,
统
the
设计师
project
也针
team's
对多
system
项系统
designers
进行了
revised
迭
and
代和
updated a
更新。
number of things in the
首先
system.
在深进
Firstly,
螺旋
in
的
the
玩法界面
the
中，
gameplay
我
interface
们
of
增
the
添
Spiral
了
Abyss,
挑
we've
战任
added
务的实时
real-time
完成
completion
进度，
progress
比如
for
当前目标为限时
challenges.
挑
For
战时，
example, if
若
the
是挑战
current
时
if
间已
the
超出目
challenge
标
time
的
has
范围，
exceeded the targeted
则目
limit,
标会显示为
the
灰
target will
色
be，shown in gray to
提醒
remind
玩
player
家
that
目
the
标
target
未
has
达
not
成。
been reached.
在每
Okay,
进到新一层
that's
的挑
actually
战时，
awesome because
会增加了查看
I
下一层
personally
怪
have
物详
struggled
情的
with
功
that
能。
while on
旅
stream,
行者们
so
不再需要
that'll
退
be
出挑战
amazing.
去查询情报。
Travelers no longer have
为了
to.
方便 PC 和
Okay, I
PS
missed
平
what
台
that
的玩家
said.
朋友们进行游戏
Damn
操
it.
作。游戏内的轮盘系
Feature to
统中
customize
也增
shortcut
加了
wheel
轮
was
盘
added.
布置
Oh,
自定义
that's
功能。
awesome. The
大
shortcut
家可以
wheel I've
根据
always
自
thought
己的
needed to
习
be
惯设置轮盘
customizable.
上每个入口的内
I'm
容。
really curious what that
随
other
着游戏
spiral
版本的
abyss
更
change
新和
was.
地图
I'm
内
gonna
容
have
的
to go
扩
back
充，
and check that out
考虑
later.
到大家对地图功能的更多
We
需
also
求，
took your increased
我们也
need
对地图的
and
显
made
示
some
进行了一些
adjustments
调
to
整。
the map
返更
display.
后，大家
After
可
the
以在
update,
地
you
图界
can
面
find
右
different
侧找
area
到不
tabs
同
on
地区的
the
标
right
签，
side of the map
更方便的
interface,
选择
which will
跳
make it
转到
easier
自己
to
想要
select
查看的
and
区
jump
域，
to the area
不
you
再
want
需
to
要
view.
进
You
行
no
长距
longer
离活
need
动。
to click and
同
drag
时，
long
在
distances.
大家进行
At the
炼
same
金
time,
锻
with
造等
regards
操作
to
时，我
forging
们也将
alchemy
原有
forging,
的
we've
界
also
面显示
changed
方式
the
改为了图
interface.
标
Wow.
显示。
Okay, so that's
这样
like
一
you don't
来，
have
大
that
家
long
就可以
scroll
更
bar
快
on the
地
left
找
side
到自己
anymore.
所需的物品，
I
进
like
行
that.
相应的
That's a
操
nice
作。
change.
长
You'll
期
be
以
able to
来
find
备
what
受
you're
大家
looking
关
for a
注
lot
的
easier.
成
It
歌湖系
seems like
统
it's
也将会迎
relatively
来新内容。
clustered as well, which I
首先，
like.
批量操作
Firstly,
摆
the
设的
function
功
to
能
place
将会上
furnishing
线，
in batches
大
will
家
be
可以选
available.
中一些单
You
件
can
的摆
select
设
a
进
few
行组
individual
合，
pieces of
以组合的
furnishings,
形式移动或收
move
纳。
or store them in
另外，
sets.
在活跃
Okay,
的洞
I
天百
like
宝
that.
中，还会新增部分与音乐
Because
有
before
关
you
的
had to
摆
move
设
everything
先籁之
one
音。
at a time, and that was
放
kind
置
of
好
a
它们
pain.
后
Once
就
they
可
are
以
placed,
进
you
行
can
交
interact
互，
with them and
视
listen
听
to
已解锁
unlocked
的游
game
戏音
music.
乐。同
Hey,
时还可
actually,
切换湖中的地
that's
图
an an awesome idea because now you can customize the music in your
还
teapot.
可以解锁更多的音乐。
The more music. Okay, that's awesome. I really, really, really like that they did
作为
that.
系统的设计者，我们会持续致力于让系
We will
统界
continue to
面与
make
操作
system
更加
interface
人
and
性化、
operation more
便利
user
化，
friendly and
优先考虑
convenient.
玩家的实际
We
需
want
求，
to put the needs of the player
并从长远的
first
角度持续关注整个游戏的系
and
统
look at the
环境，
entire
以给大家
system
带来更
with
好
the
的游戏
ultimate
体
goal of
验为
continually
目标，
optimizing
去
and
不断
updating
优
the game
化
to
与
provide
更
you with a
新。
better user experience. Hey, okay, another code. Oh, this one has a moving background. Interesting. Dragon Spine has been available for a year. Are they showing us like what the inspiration was for it? Because that's really cool. Oh, this is I saw something on Reddit about this. This is that event that they're doing. Forgot about this. Where you pretty much can only do it if you're there, but it's still cool. It's an interesting idea. Obviously, it doesn't apply to basically anybody, but still cool. Okay, so this enchanting journey of snow and stars begins on Let's Light Up the Alps Together. Yeah, so that's just the name of that event. I mean, obviously, like, the rewards are kind of, like, lukewarm anyways, so it's not that big a deal if you miss it. Whatever. Well, miHoYo has great ideas. They listen to the community a bit. Is there not an English one? So, apparently not. There's apparently not. Stellar Moments version. Oh. Yes, we're getting... nice. Okay, so this Stellar Moments Volume 2, this is going to be the soundtrack release for, like, a lot of the new characters, which, again, you know, being that I make videos, you know, having access to all of these without, you know, having to like rip it from the game in awkward ways is always nice. So I don't know about you guys, but I always buy the soundtracks immediately. So I'm super hyped about having a volume 2 for this. That's awesome. Nice. I've actually been waiting for that for a while.
亲爱的女士们，你们的老朋友大伟哥，我又回来啦！
Your old
本
friend
次呢
Dawi is
也是
back.
原神2021
This
年
is
的最
Genshin
后一期
Impact's
版本
last special
特别节
program
目
for。
不久之后呢，就是
Soon we'll be
2022
ringing
年
in
元
New
旦
Year's Day
以及
for
农历新年了。
With
皮
these
瓦特世界也即将迎来万众瞩目的海灯节。
Okay, I need that.
在这个特别的时
On
刻
this
啊，
special
我想
occasion,
和
I would
原
like to
神项
join
目
my
的同事
colleagues
一
in the
起，
Genshin
向
Impact
来自世
project
界各地
team
的玩家
in
致以
sending our
诚挚的
greetings
问
and
候
best
和
wishes
祝
to the
福。
players from all over
就由
the
我来先
world.
开个头吧。
I'll start
祝
first.
愿所有的旅行者可以在
I
新
wish you
年的
all
旅途
more
中收获
joy in our
更
journey
多
for
快
the
乐。
coming
当
year.
然，不仅仅是在
Not
游
just
戏
in
内
game, of，
希望大家
course.
在生活中
Wish
也可以
everyone
身
good
体
health
健康、
and
平安
prosperity and
顺遂。
在游戏中形形色色的伙伴陪伴着大家一起旅行，而回到现实中，
But in the
是
real
各位
world,
旅
it's
行者
you,
的
our
陪伴，使我
travelers,
们
who
不断
help
成
us
长。
continue to
希望
grow.
在未来登场的新角色
I
们
hope the
能
new
够给
characters
大
will
家带
bring
来
more
更多的惊喜。
surprises in
没
the
错，
future.
非常感谢大
I
家
do
一
thank
直以
you
来
all
的支
so
持，
much
以
for
及
your
向我们
continued
提供
support
的
and the
宝贵意
valuable
见。
feedback you have
这是
provided
双方
us.
的共同努力，才
Throughout
能
this
使原
collaborative
神
event,
在完
Genshin
善与
Impact
创
has
新
been
的道
able
路
to
上继
continue
续
to
前进。
improve and
两位设
innovate.
计师同学表
What our
达
two
了也是
designers
我们整
expressed is
个
also a
项目
wish
组
for the
一致
entire
的心
project
愿。
team that doubled
我
that.
衷心
I
的希望原
sincerely
神
hope that
可以
Genshin
成为一
Impact
款与
can be
全世界的
something
玩家们一同
through which
分
players
享
all
快
over the
乐、
world
见
can share
证
their
美好的
happiness
产品。
and
这
witness
是因
beauty
为有你
together.
们，
Because of
原
you,
神才能不
Genshin
断做
Impact
出
will
更
continue to have
新鲜、
fresh,
更
interesting,
激动
and
人心、
incredible
更
content.
超乎想象的内容。旅行者们，
Travelers,
新年快乐
Happy New
明
Year.
年再见。
See you next year. Okay, well, so 2.4 is going to be insanely hype, guys. Like, that is kind of awesome. We have clearly a lot coming, like a whole lot coming. Oh, okay, so it's gonna make me have to get rid of that anyways. I was really hoping I wasn't gonna have to mess with that browser source to you know, silence it, but it's
That's a huge project.
cool. Thanks for knocking over my stuff. Hang on.
Chamber belongs in the
Oh, this is
sky amongst the clouds.
a trailer. Okay, hang on. I haven't watched this, so
When I first
let
set
me
foot in the Jade Chamber,
full screen
I
this.
stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below.
All right, come on.
However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world.
Deep down inside, I wish I could slow down time. I feel very fortunate to be right here, enjoying the fireworks, and enjoying the view of Liyue Harbor.
I really like the music in this trailer.
Step. Flex up. Observe. The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming op,
Divine
right?
Damsel of Devastation.
The story of a girl becoming a hero.
Perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be.
Transfiguration. Do your master's bidding.
Hype. I cannot wait for this new version. This is gonna be great. Like, not that I've had zero time to finish any of the stuff from the previous version, so I still have to I'll probably be streaming, finally doing the Ito story quest tomorrow.
The fate of this world.
So this was, okay, this was during the live stream. I do remember this. God, Ankonomiya is really cool. It looked like there was like a ghost arch in there. The artificial sun is really cool. After like reading about that in one of the books that talked about Ankonomiya, I was really excited to eventually see that. So that's really cool that they've represented it so greatly in this trailer already.
Now is the time for my fucking coming!
It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
On Beidou, okay.
Wait! Joy, wait!
Yeah, Traveler definitely got jacked up by that. Whatever. I'm guessing that's probably the Serpent Drake.
I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
It's got to be the one. So my recollection of how that works in the book was that the artificial sun was created to repel that monster. So I don't know if like he just comes back out at night, or if something's gonna happen to it that draws it back out, or if he even is the same one. But we'll see. Michael Ramirez S. Why does it sound like Ajdaha's voice? Probably because it's the same voice actor. I mean, I can only speculate. I can't say for sure that it is, but it probably is the same one, if I had to guess. Pyro Lecter sounds parched. I know, yeah. He definitely has a kind of I'm really thirsty voice going on. Maybe a little bit more gritty on top of it, but yeah, he does kind of have a little bit of that going, doesn't he? Now, where is the Switch version? I know, this has been... We're well beyond a year since the release of the game, like closer to a year and a half, and still no sign of that, which is kind of surprising. All right, so I guess we're just rerunning this at this point, so I'm going to pause this now because we don't need to do that. Yeah, okay, so I think it restarted for whatever reason, but that's fine. I wanted to rewatch all that trailer stuff anyways. Guys, 2.4 seems awesome. Like, there's a lot of new stuff coming. We've got new costumes finally coming. We're getting, you know, the new 4-star character for free right away. Thank you, Warpaint and Unicorns, for putting the codes in the chat. So you guys, if you haven't claimed the codes yet, over on my Twitch stream, Warpaint and Unicorns just pasted them into the chat, so that should help out. Shenhe seems awesome. We got reruns coming for Zhongli, Xiao, and Ganyu, which are all characters that have been like massively requested to have reruns on for a long time. So that's amazing. Like we've got some really, really, really great stuff coming, which I think is going to be pretty amazing. So we got good things coming. I think 2.4 is a pretty hype version. I can't wait. I really can't. Like, I'm kind of, you know, like they're really blowing us out here for version 2.4. So I'm a little bit worried. Like they're really enticing us to get in there and like bring everything, you know, bring all the primos to the party in version 2.4, and then you're cleaned out for 2.5. So I'm kind of wondering like what do they have planned in 2.5 that's going to be enticing enough. Like, I feel like the last time they had a patch version that was this hype, it was 2.0, and then they immediately came out with the only other patch version that had equal hype, which was 2.1, and they released the Raiden Shogun, right? So I'm like, we could see some big return for, you know, like people rolling on Shenhe. It may be, you know, maybe comparable to like what they did with Kamisato Ayaka, that kind of thing, where there's a lot there, but maybe not so many that you know, that you could, like, it takes everything, but you might be a little weaker if you're not careful. So we'll see what they decide to do with all that coming into the next version, and kind of go from there. Cat knocked this over on the way up. What kind of reruns we'll get next? Yeah, who knows what we'll see in 2.5. They did specifically mention for this version, they wanted to rerun characters who were relevant to what's going on in the in-game events. So that's something that I've kind of noticed that they would do with reruns since the game release. So that's not particularly unusual, but it does establish, like, it's not just a pattern that we're noticing. It is actually something that they've done with intent. So whatever characters will get rerun in future versions will likely be characters that are important to the story. So we'll probably have some inclination, possibly, of what kind of rerun characters we could see in 2.5 by the end of 2.4. It's, you know, definitely possible. Something concerns me. Last time when Asayo came back, Zhongli was ready to fight, but he isn't in the trailer, and even if he shows up, can he do anything? So, he is being rerun. So, they did say specifically that they wanted to rerun characters who were, you know, prominent to the story, and he is, like, just because he's not in the trailer, he is being rerun. And they did say that they wanted to rerun characters who were specific to what's going on. So it could just be they're rerunning Liyue characters in general, or it could be that he's going to show up in the story and get involved in the battle against, you know, this new serpent Drake, which I'm not sure is Asayo, by the way, because Asayo seemed to be in his full form the last time we saw him, and he was, you know, a hydro, or like a hydra, like a multi-headed like hydro monster, whereas this one seems more like a hydro themed dragon, with possibly still multiple heads. I couldn't tell for sure. I think that's more likely that it's the serpent Drake of Onkanomiya. I forget the name, or if they even gave us the name off the top of my head right now. I'd have to go back and take a look at the book for that. I did make a video that I released very recently about that. So if you feel so inclined, like I said, I do have a video that I covered recently, which the thumbnail is why Orobashi. The video is called The Strange Yet Simple Reason Watatsumi Worshipped Orobashi, the Serpent Drake of Tokyo no Kuni. That's the video that I made for that. It was released 9 days ago. So it's just a video covering a book that is specific to Onkanomiya's lore content. So it's a good read if you have the opportunity. If you don't want to read it yourself, like I said, I have a video for it. Check it out. Is Yunjin Burst good for child? It's impossible to say right now. We don't really have experience. We'll have to find out. More Zhao. Yeah, he's coming soon. So more Zhongli content. Oh man, I hope so. I really hope that Zhongli shows up in the story. I really do. I'm going to roll for Eula rerun. That's up. Is that on right now still? Or did they get rid of that? I don't even remember if that's still there. I can't even, I haven't really been able to play that much lately, so I couldn't even tell you. Yeah, it's not even there anymore. So, yeah. Let's see. It did, but I wanted Albedo, so now I need Eula. Yeah, I mean, both of those characters are really good characters. And now that the Husk of Opulent Dream set is out, Albedo's even better than he ever was. So that's also a thing. It's kind of surprising to me that we are going to have events that are from the current 3 regions. Lantern Festival, Liyue, the Bake Danuki event from Inazuma, and Windtrace is from Mondstadt. True. Yeah, all 3 areas. Dragonair. I do think that was the name that they used for that. Yes. Cowboy. Thank you. I do think that was the name that they used for the Serpent Drake. TH, are you familiar with any of the Genshin Impact theories from Ashikai's channel? So, I'm familiar with some of the concepts from some of them. Honestly, I haven't, because I'm always so busy either making content or trying to just desperately keep up with, the game stuff, and also working full time. I don't get to watch as many of her videos as I would like to. I do, communicate, most of myself and the other theory crafters actually do communicate on a semi-regular basis. So, usually we're at least aware of what we're doing so that, we're not all making videos on the same concepts or something like that, but like, or, stepping on each other's toes or taking each other's ideas accidentally, that kind of thing. But it's been a little while since I've actually gotten to sit down and just watch one of her videos start to finish, because I usually just don't have a lot of time. Because usually, like I said, it's a struggle for me just to keep up with finishing each version's content. I still have to do, let's see. I can just do this. I can actually, oh God, come on. Why is everything is all out of, okay, cool. We're good. So yeah, hey, cool, the game, I was just gonna show you, but now I can't, so whatever, the game crashed. Cool. So yeah, I haven't done Ito's story quest yet. I need to do that. I haven't done the new event that's ongoing right now. The energy amplifier, I haven't done that yet. I haven't done this version or this spiral abyss yet. I haven't had time to do any of that. Like the 12 days of Tevat Wintoria have been taking up pretty much all of my free time when I'm not at work. So I've still got to finish up that. But I am planning to do a stream tomorrow. I'll probably do Ito's story quest for the stream tomorrow because I really want to do Ito's quest. And I'm also tired of not being able to interact with the Inazuma Adventurers Guild, because once you start the quest, which I did, I started like the first line of dialogue in it, which starts at the Adventurers Guild. And once you've started it, you can't use the Inazuma Adventurers Guild anymore. I guess at least until you've been further established in the quest line, which I just haven't had the time to do yet. So I need to do that. And I need to do all of these other events. I'm so far behind. Anyways, I hope someone does need a death to make the game more emotional. What are we talking about? What? No, I feel like the trailer is just messing with us like it did with the Dragon Spine one. Yeah, I mean, so I do feel like if we're talking about like character deaths, I think that's probably inevitable at some point. But we do have some characters who are pretty, I think, well marked up with death flags where it's probably going to happen at some point. Yeah, C3, it'll be at the usual time tomorrow. But yeah, it's probably going to happen. I would say like leading characters who are likely to, you know, be among the killable characters would be Child, Diluc, Venti. Those are the ones that really stand out to me. The Raiden Shogun puppet also, not the Raiden Shogun, not A, but the puppet also, I think is also highly probable to be a potential loss. So yeah. 5-star hangout. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. I'm not sure they're ever going to do that, but we'll see. I think Dane is coming back soon because things about the Abyss is coming back. What do you think? I actually, I do think because we've actually got an Abyss Herald in a quest for the first time, it looks like, since the last time we saw Danes, which I think was in version 1.4. Correct me if I'm wrong. We could be seeing Danes come back into the story. It's hard to say for sure. I kind of think, you know, whenever we see Danes, we're going to be seeing the Traveler's sibling as well. But, you know, I could just be reaching here. So who knows? I finished the Ito quest the same day, and even then, the Adventurers Guild lockout was miserable. Yeah, I've been locked out on it since the quest came out, pretty much. It's horrible. Like, I've been having to go to Mondstadt or Liyue to deal with that stuff for, you know, like the last week, and it's driving me absolutely freaking insane. I really don't like Energy Amplifier very much. Even my brand new Staff of Homa and C1 Hutao are no match for it. So Energy Amplifier is probably my most hated event in the game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that, guys. I don't like the Energy Amplifier event. I just don't. I never have. To me, as somebody who does like a challenge, and I usually like to do things on the hardest setting, just so that I can be like, okay, I did that and feel good about myself because I'm stupid like that. Energy Amplifier is not really built for you to check all the boxes and then still win with, you know, a good score. It's just not. If you get through it at all with all the boxes checked, it's kind of a miracle. And I find that to be unfulfilling. Just like I feel like I'm making it easier for myself every time I uncheck one of those boxes, because in effect you are, and it doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. So I don't really like the Energy Amplifier event. I've submitted a lot of feedback on things that they could do to change it, and, like, you know, obviously I can't say for sure because I haven't played this one as to whether or not they made any changes to it, but I kind of don't think they did. So we'll see. I don't like it though. It's not my favorite. So when they say the new region is in the abyss below the island, so they mean the literal abyss, or just a hole in the ground. I kind of think of it as more of a hole in the ground right now. I don't necessarily think it's in the spiral abyss, because they also said it was under the sea. So I kind of feel like they're using like the abyss in a different way here. I feel like if Dane did come back, he wouldn't even tell us what happened. I agree. I do think he wouldn't tell us what happened. What about Vagabond? Vagabond? I don't know if I know what you mean by that. I like the Amplifier event because you can actually co-op it, unlike almost every other event. I mean, in my experience, co-oping events generally just makes them harder, because you can't cooperate your attacks quite as easily as you can your own grouping of 4 characters. So unless you're partied with people who are very good at cooperating or have really good characters, like you're gonna have like a wild variance of, you know, completion ability, so it can get complicated. Everyone seems to keep things from the Traveler, including the sibling. Yeah, I mean, everybody's hiding things from the Traveler, but also the Traveler's hiding things from other people as well. That's also a thing that's happening, so we can't forget that too. I don't see Paimon on 2.4 trailer. Sus. I think after the, what was it, the 2.0 version trailer where Paimon wasn't in that trailer, and it made it seem, you know, like the Traveler was going to be like in the ocean, like drowning or something. Like, we were all projecting that there was going to be some kind of separation between the Traveler and Paimon, and I think at this point that's just not going to be the case. Like, I wouldn't read too much into that. Like, we kind of thought about that the last time and we got burned for it, so I'm kind of not anxious to relive those speculations. Do you think we could have a sneak peek of Sumeru when 2.6 version comes? Also possibly Chasm in 2.6. Hopefully. I mean, we've all kind of been speculating for a long time that the Chasm will come before Sumeru does, and I think that that's a fairly reasonable assumption to make, but we can't obviously say for sure, so all we can really do is just kind of wait it out and see what happens, and kind of go from there. But I do think that there is some precedent for that. We will see. The one where you fight Oceanid, Primo, Geo, Vishap, and 3 Megu Kenkis. That sounds awful. Not gonna lie. They might clear up the nature of the Abyss in this patch. My theory is that the Abyss is under the roots of Tivat. So I don't know that I would say that the Abyss could be under the roots of Tivat, just for one very important reason, which is that each of the domains that we go to are parts of the Abyss, built by Conria, like everything else that we've seen. And they have the ley line trees at the end of it. So it would be weird if they were further, like, unless you mean like entangled within the roots, then that's possible. But like so far below that, like they're beyond them, I think I don't know if I would count on that. Just because I think Conria was probably a nation that was very tied to the ley lines, and they stayed under there and just enjoyed and embraced their connection to that until, you know, they came above ground and eventually were destroyed. Paimon always leaves when there's a fight, and Aether got hit in a fight, so they'll probably get separated for like 0.02 seconds, and then she'll run back over to Aether. You mean like when the Shogun got him? That's the only time that Paimon and the Traveler have been separated, is when the Traveler was drawn into the plane of Euthymia. That's the only time. How far did I go in Honkai? I have something that might be in common between the two. I'm on chapter 5, so not very far. I'm still streaming that once a week, but the last couple of weeks I've been too busy to do anything with it, so I've sadly had to skip on some of those. But hopefully, what with the new year on the horizon, and once I finish the 12 days of Tevat Wintoria, my plan is pretty much to try and get back at my regular, 4-day-a-week stream schedule anyway, so no worries there. I believe that the new regions don't appear till a 0.0, so yeah, Sumeru is definitely not going to be arriving before 3.0. Like, don't expect that. Like, and if anybody took me to be saying that, that's not what I meant. The Chasm is part of Liyue. Like, that's the gateway to Sumeru, the Chasm, so far as we understand it. And because it's part of Liyue, it's likely that in like version 2.6 or something like that, or 2.7, depending on if they follow the same structure or if there's the same amount of patches in between. Because right now we don't know. We don't have a pattern to stand on that says every time we get to a 0.6, the next patch will be a new region. We don't know that for sure yet. If that is the case, guys, we are getting really close to Dendro, and that would be amazing. But we don't know that for sure, so we probably shouldn't be assuming that just yet. I don't even know what to expect from the Chasm. Yeah, I mean, we really do not. Ankanomiya really gives a picture of what possibly Conria could be, since both are underground. True. So if Ankanomiya is not a Conrian culture, which it could be, they did say in the trailer that it was an ancient civilization. So that's also words that are used to describe Conria. So, but I mean, there could be other ancient civilizations. That does not necessarily mean that one is the other. But what I find interesting is that the people of Watatsumi are descendant of Ankanomiya. They are people who were basically liberated from Ankanomiya and came to the surface. So, is Watatsumi kind of by extension, like if Ankanomiya is Conrian in nature, if it is, and I'll have to look through the trailers and all that stuff and see if any of the ruined structures match. But if it does end up being Conrian in nature, that would suggest that all of the descendants of Ankanomiya in Watatsumi, like Kokomi, for instance, are actually Conrian descendant, which would be really, really interesting. So, one of the things that kind of makes me not think that is just because we have two Conrian characters in the game right now, which would be Kaya and Dane, and they both have the same like pupil designs. So that's kind of, it's only two characters, so it doesn't necessarily mean that every character has to have that. And they're both male characters, so like female characters could have different eyes, and like all the NPCs are just super ordinary. So it's hard to say. It really is. But there's 100 different things that could be going on there. So 100% give Chasm before Sumeru, right? Like they'll even trick us and give it to us at 3.0. It's possible that the Chasm could be released as part of 3.0. Yeah, it could be just like part of that whole process. I kind of doubt it though, because it's a good opportunity to milk content and spread it out. So my guess would be it would be detached from the same patch that we get Sumeru in. All right, let's see. We did skip over like 1.8 or 1.9 straight to 2.0. Yeah, we went from 1.6 to 2.0. So we skipped over all of those versions. But what we lack is, like I said, we lack a pattern to establish whether or not it will be like that every time. If that happens again this time, we have a pretty good indication that like then at like 3.6 we'll probably go to 4.0 after that. Like we have a good indication that like at that time we could say that's a pattern. But right now we don't have that. So we kind of have to hang in there. Remember how Zhongli got an Act 2 to his story quest? How we unlock Asia's fight? Are we ever going to see another Act 2? Yeah, I think we have an Act 2 in Mona's quest too, don't we? I feel like we do. I think that was a thing that we got, was an Act 2 for Mona's quest. I would suspect that, yes, we will see more Act 2s. I think, didn't even Venti get an Act 2? I feel like there's more characters who have Act 2s. I'm logging back into the game right now so I can just actually look at that, because I'm just curious, because I can't remember who else had an Act 2. Maybe I'm just making this up and these other characters did not get them, but I really feel like they did. So we'll see here in a second. Let's see. There will definitely be a lot of lore dump as the traveler enters the academia and melting the god of wisdom. Yeah, so there's definitely going to be a lot of new lore stuff going on once 3.0 comes out for sure. C3 says, oh my god, I want to see more Mona content. Yeah, me too, actually. I really do too. And, you know, given that, you know, Mona, one of the things that she was trying to do was learn more about the Traveler, I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion. Like, we're going to see more information about Mona and what she's doing and, like, kind of what their plans are for those characters. So I would be anticipating more of that. All right, so no, we did not have a second one for Mona. I thought we did, but I guess we did not. Zhongli did have 2. Looks like Zhongli's the only one who had 2. Damn it, I guess I'm just making stuff up, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I really thought Mona had a second one. Huh. Maybe I was just thinking of Unreconciled Stars as like a secondary Mona thing or something, but I guess not. Interesting. So yeah, I think maybe I'm just thinking of Unreconciled Stars then. It is what it is. Only Zhongli has an Act 2. Venti's Act 2 can be said to be 1.4 event. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could look at it like that, but it wasn't. So it's just kind of like the same way I was looking at Mona's is one as well. Unreconciled Stars, which wasn't. I wonder when Venti is going to have an Act 2 since Zhongli got a second one. Well, I mean, at this point, we don't know that anybody will get a second one. Zhongli's the only one who's gotten two. But I mean, I feel like we're going to. I really do. We haven't seen Mona in such a long time. Yeah, not since 1.1. Sad. Deep sad. You know, back in the early days of the game when 1.1 had just come out, and we've got her in this, you know, in Unreconciled Stars. We had just gotten her actual story quest. It seemed like she was going to be around a little bit more, but I still think we're going to see her more. I do. Even if it's not for, you know, like a major Archon quest, she could come back for, you know, an event quest or something like that. Because she's really one of the only characters who hasn't come back in a while from Mondstadt, I should say. But I mean, even Eula's come back now. Bennett's been around a few times. Who else? Sucrose has been around. Albedo's been around like several times. We haven't seen much of Diluc, now that I think on it. Like, I guess he was in 1.5 at the Archipelago, along with Kaya. We haven't seen that much of Lisa. She was briefly at the beginning of 1.5 as well. But we really haven't seen her around much either. So there are some characters from Mondstadt who really haven't gotten that much screen time. Mona and Fischl both got a lot of screen time early on, well, with Unreconciled Stars and all that. But they were very critical to that quest line. But I'm very much hoping that we're going to see them coming back. Maybe both of them, but at least Mona at some point in the future. But I'd really like to see Fischl as well. All I want is a Kazuha rerun. I think a lot of people are really ready for a Kazuha rerun. I wouldn't anticipate a Kazuha rerun until late in the twos, so like maybe 2.5, 2.6. Like, I think it's possible. Like, but they're gonna have to finish up whatever's going on in Azuma. They're gonna have to finish up what's going on with Scaramouche, and whatever he's planning on doing with the Electronosis. I kind of don't think we're gonna see that in 2.4. So, or if we do, we might just get some like little hints of what's happening towards the latter portion of it. So we're gonna have to hang in there and kind of see where they're going with it. Fischl is still in Honkai, living the life. Why would she want to return? Mona and Fischl were a funny duo. Yeah, they actually worked great together. I thought those characters like kind of bounced off each other nicely. Chi-Chi is almost entirely ignored outside the Archon quest and stops by the pharmacy to remind us that she exists. Well, I mean, she's got to get that coconut milk from somewhere, right? Yeah, I think that she could have a little more screen time too. I like Chi-Chi as a character, so we'll see. Mona and Fischl were a funny dude. Yeah, they were. Anyways, guys, I need to get out of here. I've got so much to do today. I've still got to finish the next Teyvat Wintoria book video as well. 2.4 seems super hype. New costumes, more characters, a free 4-star character, which also includes Yunjin, which is completely unprecedented. I didn't expect that. Awesome things. 2.4 is showing us that miHoYo is responding to feedback. That's great. That's great. So let's hype this one up. Let's get ready. Let's, you know, hit the ground running on that one and spread some excitement around, because I'm definitely excited about this one. So let's go. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Merry Christmas again if you celebrate it, and, you know, Happy New Year coming up. That's just a few days away now. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on Twitch if you're watching over there. That really helps me out over there too. More Paint Unicorns just posted the codes. Thank you. In the chat. So make sure to grab those up and put those in. You have, I think, 12 hours to use them. So make sure to do those if you haven't yet already. And I will see you guys for tomorrow's stream and another lore book video. Have a good one, guys. Eat the Paimon.